Welcome back, one and all, to another spine-tingling tale on planet Unalived, where the shadows whisper and the unseen is king. I'm your host, Hensley, threading the needle between this world and the next, bringing you stories that will chill you to the bone. Tonight, we have a tale of envy, betrayal, and the supernatural, all swirling around a young man named Grady Smith. So turn down the lights, wrap yourself in a blanket, and prepare to be transported to a world where the line between friend and foe is as thin as a wisp of fog. This is The Hike of the Order of Wolves. Let's begin.
Grady Smith's life was a playbook of passes, touchdowns, and victories. Houston had been good to him, but Boston promised a fresh start, a chance to shine on an even bigger stage. Grady, with his parents and younger sister in tow, packed up their lives and headed north, leaving behind the balmy Texas heat for the crisp New England air. His new school, Silver Pine Academy, was a fortress of ivy and tradition, where the football team was less a squad of athletes and more a pantheon of gods. And the king of these gods was Trent Richardson, a quarterback whose arm was as golden as his flowing locks, and whose family's wealth was as legendary as his game-winning drives. Grady's arrival was met with a mix of excitement and trepidation. The students of Silver Pine were quick to gravitate towards his southern charm and undeniable talent on the field. It wasn't long before Grady usurped Trent's position as the star player, and with it, the adoration of the school. Trent, accustomed to being the center of attention, watched his kingdom crumble. He and his goons, the self-proclaimed Order of Wolves after Silver Pine's mascot, devised a plan to restore their alpha status. They approached Grady with smiles as fake as the plastic foliage decorating the school's hallways.
"Grady, my man!"
Trent exclaimed, clapping a hand on Grady's broad shoulder.
"We've been thinking it's time we officially welcomed you to Silver Pine. How about a hike this weekend? Just the team, bonding in the great outdoors."
Grady, eager to fit in, agreed. The hike was to take place in the dense woods surrounding Silver Pine. The forest was old, older than the city itself, and whispered with tales of spirits and shadows that moved with a will of their own. As the boys ventured deeper into the thicket, the trees seemed to lean in, as though eager to hear the punchline of a joke that had been told 1,000 times. Trent led the way, his grin a slash of white in the dimness. The Order of Wolves flanked Grady, their laughter too loud, their eyes too sharp. They reached a clearing where the ground fell away into a ravine, its depths shrouded in a clinging mist.
"This is it,"
Trent said, gesturing grandly.
"The Wolf's Gullet. They say if you listen closely, you can hear the howls of the wolves that used to roam these woods."
The boys gathered around the edge, peering into the abyss. Grady felt a chill that had nothing to do with the cool air. He could hear something, a whispering that seemed to echo up from the very earth. It happened in an instant. A shove from behind, a gasp of surprise, and Grady was falling, the world a blur of green and gray. But as he plummeted, something strange occurred. The mist from the ravine rose to meet him, enveloping him in a cold embrace. Grady braced for impact, but it never came. Instead, he found himself standing at the bottom of the ravine, unharmed. The mist swirled around him, and within it, shapes began to form. Wolves, translucent and glowing with an otherworldly light. They circled Grady, their eyes filled with an ancient intelligence.
"We are the guardians of this place,"
a voice echoed in Grady's mind, ethereal and commanding.
"The Order of Wolves has betrayed their namesake, and for that, they must atone."
Grady climbed out of the ravine with the wolves at his side, invisible to all but him. He returned to the school, his presence causing a stir of confusion and fear among Trent and his cohorts. Grady played the rest of the season, the wolves his silent protectors, ensuring that no harm would come to him on or off the field. Then Trent and the Order of Wolves were found in the woods days later, huddled together, eyes wide with terror. They spoke in hushed tones of ghostly wolves that haunted their every step, of a mist that crept into their rooms at night, whispering of betrayal and vengeance. Grady Smith became a legend at Silver Pine Academy, not just for his prowess on the field, but for the mysterious forces that seemed to guard him. He never spoke of what happened in the ravine, and in time the whispers died down. But on quiet nights, when the wind howls through the trees of Silver Pine, some say you can still hear the spectral wolves of the forest, keeping watch over a pact made long ago in a world unseen.
And so, Unalivers, we close the book on another eerie tale. Grady Smith's journey from Houston to Boston was more than just a change of scenery. It was a brush with the supernatural that he, nor the Order of Wolves, will ever forget. Remember, when you venture into the unknown, respect the legends that linger there, for they may be more real than you can imagine. Until next time, keep your eyes open and your spirit brave. This is Planet Unalived, signing off. Stay unalive, my friends.